Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to this walkthrough of Ocarina of Time 100%. So today we're going to be getting Epona, the Big Goron sword and the gold scale, as well as any more Skulltulas and heart pieces that we can find and pick up along the way. So, last time I was hoping to do this all in one video. Unfortunately, I failed to consider that the 8-minute cutscene right at the start of the adult section, so yeah, that's why I didn't really have a lot of time to fit that into the previous episode, but hopefully you guys are following along so you can catch up today. So you have to have at least 50 rupees to do this challenge. Play Epona's song once you talk to Inigo. Is that his name? I always called him Indigo when I was a kid. So play Epona's song. And what we're going to do is we're going to get on Epona, and what we're going to do now is we're going to jump over these gates. And now that's basically, you have to do it square in the middle of the gate, and it's good that I messed that up there, just so I can show you guys what not to do. And I messed it up there again for some reason. So what you want to do, just keep going, and if you jump over the middle part of the gate, you will get 5 rupees. If you do it twice, you will get 10 rupees. Which basically pays for the little session you've been given here. So now that we've done that, just stop Epona, talk to him, and just tell him that you want to dismount, because you must do this twice in order for him to challenge you to a race. So again, we're going to be using Epona's song. And Epona is necessary in order to get the Big Goron sword. I'm sure using speedrunning strats, there's other ways of doing it, but yeah, you're better off just getting Epona. It means you can get the Big Goron sword as well before the Forest Temple, whereas otherwise you would have to wait till after the Water Temple. So yeah, now that we have our 10 rupees, we're going to go and talk to him again. And he is going to challenge us to a race. Okay, so this race is very difficult, so make sure you have plenty of rupees to do this. And I've just jumped off him there. So, speak, and you'll make your wager. Cool. So the way to do this, he is a bit of a cheater. Try and get ahead of him from the start, if you can, and then just try and keep him behind you. Don't go flat out, because if you run out of carrots, then it will be hard to make Epona go fast later on. And try and trap him behind you if you can as well. It will make things easier. And yeah, the first attempt you do this is pretty straightforward. And there we are. Nice easy first attempt there. So the second attempt is a lot more difficult. Yeah, the second attempt is a lot more difficult. Try and get ahead of him right from the start. If you fall behind at the start, you're probably going to lose. So just try and don't let him push you. Yeah, okay, so he pushed me there. So try and get on the inside of him. And keep him behind you if you can. Great stuff. So I'm going to try and keep him behind me. Great stuff, great stuff. And that's pretty much how you do this. Quite difficult the second attempt, and he does cheat as well, but there we are, we've won for the second time. So yeah, he freaks out, and he tells you that you can keep the horse, but unfortunately he's not going to let you leave the ranch. Well, I have other plans, so I'm going to be leaving the ranch. So, the easiest way to get out of the ranch is to head over this wall here. Just run at it as quickly as you can, and away you're free. Nice one. So I just realised I've made a small error in that we actually have to be back at Kakariko, because now we're going to be doing the Big Goron sword quest line, so I'll catch up with you guys when you make it back to Kakariko. No doubt it'll be a lot faster now that you have Epona. And we're going to be talking to the lady who gave us the empty bottle when we were a child. So, once you made it back to Kakariko, you want to talk to this lady here, and she will tell you that she bred a new kind of pocket Coco. So we're going to go ahead and take that from her, and we're going to use it to wake up Talon. Now, if you remember, he was the guy who we woke up at Hyrule Castle when we were Child Link, just before we met Princess Zelda. And she says that we look like we're good at handling Cocos. Well, I don't think she remembers us very well. Yeah, we'll take that. Cool. So we get the pocket egg. So you don't have to wait for it to hatch anymore. All you have to do is play the Sun Song. Great stuff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head to the house, just outside the house. And we're going to go in the house. Then we're going to play the Sun Song again. And that will turn it back to day and the Coco will hatch. Nice. So what we can do now is we're going to equip the Coco. And I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to wake up Talon. Cool, and then I'm going to talk to him and just tell him that, you know, we've kicked Inigo out of the... I think his name is Inigo. I don't really know how to pronounce his name. I always called him Indigo. Anyway, yeah, we've kicked him out. So we're going to head over here now and talk to her again. And she will tell us that we've made a Coco happy. Okay, so what you want to do is show her the Coco, and she will say that it looks happy, and she's now going to give us Kajiro. So this bit, it has to be quite fast paced, and basically the way this is going to work is any heart pieces, Skulltulas that I may or may not come across, I will be ignoring for the time being, because the storyline for the Big Goron sword, the trade sequence, pretty much requires your full attention, with the exception of the very first Skulltula that I'm going to come across. I think I'm pretty much ignoring all of them. The one in Gerudo Valley I'll probably be taking. So you want to head now back to Kokiri Forest, and specifically you want to head for the Lost Woods, and I'll catch up with you guys when you get there. Okay, so actually I've just remembered there is a Skulltula that we can take, so I'm going to take them while I'm here, actually, because we don't have the timer yet for the Big Goron sword, because this quest line does have a timer. So before we start that, we might as well get the Skulltulas that we can. So if you head over here, look straight up, and you can see a gold Skulltula token just there. So we're just gonna get that real quick. Might need to be a bit closer here, and you should be able to get it. Nice, that's Skulltula 45. Actually, you know what? I think I've changed my mind here. If there's any Skulltulas I can get along the way, I'll probably just pick them up, because there is actually quite a few I can think of that are on the route. So there's one that I need that I can't actually get to because I didn't have enough rupees for basically to get magic beans. So there's definitely one in Kokiri Forest, Lost Woods, that I can't get to. So when you enter Lost Woods, take a left, and you will see this guy here. So what we're going to do is going to pull out Kajiro, and that's his Coco. And he will tell you that only a nice guy could handle Kajiro, and therefore we must be a nice guy. And we're going to say okay. And, okay, yeah, so this is where the time limit starts. This is quite difficult. So, what you want to do, you've got 3 minutes. Sorry. So, you've got 3 minutes now. So, what you want to do is basically leave Lost Woods as quickly as possible. So, we're actually going to Kakariko. I think I might have accidentally said Lake Hylia, because I started going that way as well, but we're not going to Lake Hylia, we're going to Kakariko. If you've got Epona, it will just make it all the more easy. So what you want to do is you want to just go get off Epona here, outside of Kakariko. And we're gonna, yeah, I started going towards Lake Hylia, and then I realized my mistake. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself there. So forward roll, and we're looking for a potion shop on the left hand side. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up these steps. Still got plenty of time, so don't worry. And we're going to go through into this potion shop here. Now, if you go through the back of the potion shop, you can just jump off this edge here. And we're going to go into this building here. And if we pull out the odd mushroom, I'm going to show her this. And I never really understood what the relationship between this old woman and that man was. But she seems to know something about him. And it's the strongest medicine that she has ever produced. But it will not cure a monster. Yeah, cool, great stuff. There is no medicine that can cure a fool. Great, so the time limit is temporarily gone. That gives us a little bit of breathing space, which is cool. So we're going to head back now to the Lost Woods, and I'll catch up with you guys when we get there. Okay, so now that you're back in the Lost Woods, you want to go and talk to this man, but he's not here anymore. Instead, there is a little girl. A creepy, creepy little girl. Give her the odd potion. And she tells you that it is made from the forest. And everyone who basically gets lost in the forest becomes a Stalfos. So he's not here anymore. And she will give us the poacher's saw. Cool. And she asks us if we're going to turn into a Stalfos as well, which is really quite creepy. Okay, so what to do now? Well, we're going to head back to Lake Hylia. And what we're going to do is we're going to give the poacher's saw to someone in Gerudo Valley. So what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to climb on Epona. Just like this. Great stuff. But before we get to Gerudo Valley, might show you how... No, we'll do Gerudo Valley first. So what we're going to do is going to head over to Gerudo Valley. Now, if you guys remember, this is the place with an unpassable gate where we got 2 heart pieces by flying the Coco from earlier, if you guys remember that. So it's basically to the far west of Hyrule. So just make your way over there, and yeah, it's pretty much there now anyway. So I've expelled too much of Epona's carrots, so we're going to have to recharge her a little bit. And yeah, it just makes things so much quicker and easier once you have Epona. In fact, the only other way to do this is to have the long shot. So you pretty much need Epona to do the Big Goron sword quest line anyway. So what we can do is we're going to head through here. Okay, so getting Epona over this can be a little bit tedious. But yep, and then just full fast as you can. And you can jump over. Isn't that cool? Cool. So now that we're here, we're going to dismount. And it's becoming nighttime, which is good because there is a Skulltula we can get. So, who am I talking to? Sorry, I'm going to see the wrong person here. So, we're going to talk to him. And he's the master craftsman who was in... Where was he in again? He was in Kakariko when we were a child, I think. And he will eventually repair the bridge, but not right now, because that comes later in the game. But don't worry too much about that. So we're going to give him the poacher's knife. And yeah, it's his. So that his old lady must have been that woman. And I think the kid stole it. Cool. So there we have the broken Big Goron sword. So there's actually 2 more Skulltula tokens that we can get while we're here. The first one is just behind this tent. You have to do this at night, by the way. It doesn't work during the daytime, so that's Skulltula 46. And the next Skulltula token is just over here. Again, guys, this has to be at night. If you do it during the day, it won't work because the Skulltulas won't be there. Pull out your hook shot, and it's just up there. So I'm just going to change the angle a little bit and just shoot it. And that's Skulltula 47. So next we're going to climb back onto Epona. You can get into Gerudo Valley now, guys, but it's pretty much pointless, so don't worry about that. Don't have the equipment to get very far, so you're better off just not bothering right now. We will come back to that when we have the long shot. And we are now going to, if I can, okay, stop it. Okay, sorry, I'm a little bit stuck with Epona here. There we are. Cool. So we're now going to head to the top of Death Mountain, actually. So I'll catch up with you guys when you make it to Death Mountain, and I'll show you where to take the broken Goron sword. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way up Death Mountain. This is the place that we came as a kid when we were after the magic meter. So what we do, again, what we're going to do is turn around, and I'm just going to back walk. And it's just the quickest way to get there. Link no longer has the ability to use his shield to protect himself from things falling from the sky. So basically, yeah, back walking, probably the best option here. And one of them guys jumps down. So yeah, kill the Skulltulas if you can. There we are. Probably easier if you have the fairy boat to do this, but we're just going to do it using the hook shot because I prefer to get the Big Goron sword first. And we can take out this last one, which I can actually Z target, but I don't think Z targeting would really hit it. So there we are. And then we're going to climb up to the Death Mountain crater top, where we will find the Big Goron. So we're going to talk to him. And we're going to show him this. and he will say that because of the eruption yesterday, his eyes are irritated, and we're going to need Zora eye drops from King Zora. And he will give us the prescription for King Zora. Okay, so for this next bit, we're going to need 300 rupees. Now, how are we going to get that? Well, this guy here sells a blue fire. Now, the other way to get blue fire is in the ice cavern, but the order I prefer to do it in is to get the Big Goron sword before we pretty much do anything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop down this hole here, and we're going to equip the empty bottle. I'm just going to go ahead and drink the Lon Lon milk as well, if I can do this properly. Cool, so we're going to go ahead and drink this milk because I don't want it, and don't really need it either, but I do need some empty bottles. So drink all the milk because we're going to be catching stuff to sell. So there's a fish. Great stuff. So we got the fish, and there's also this chest here that you can open, and if you slash that you can get some bugs as well, which is cool. Cool. And it's a good way to make money as well. So we're just going to open this chest here, and that gives us 20 rupees, which is going to help towards the 300 necessary. So we're going to jump out of this hole, and we are going to make our way back towards the center of Kakariko. And there's a kid who basically you can sell things to, and you get a hell of a lot of rupees for doing it. So we're going to speak to him, and he wants any items that we can give him. So we're going to press C. Nice. And he'll give us 100 rupees for that, and then we're going to give him some bugs if we can. And he'll give us 50 rupees for that. So rinse and repeat until you have 300 rupees. So a little technique you can do if you want to. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to show you guys how to pretty much print money here. So we're going to catch the bugs. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk to him, give him the bugs, and he will give you 50 rupees. At which point you want to move out of the way, drop your bugs with the other bottle, and then you can collect bugs in both bottles. And you see where I'm going with this, and then sell them to him again, and you will get more rupees. So yeah, just rinse and repeat until you have as many rupees as you want, but you will need one empty bottle at least to do this. So then we're going to talk to the potion shop, and I'm going to buy some blue fire for 300 rupees. Nice. Anything else? Nope, that'll do, that'll do. So now that we have blue fire, unequip it. Make sure you don't accidentally use it, because that will cause you quite a few problems. So what you want to do now is we're going to head to King of the Zoras, and we'll catch up with you guys when you get to Zora's domain. Although, actually, yeah, I'll catch up with you guys when you get to just about Zora's domain, because there might be some more Skulltulas to get. Okay, so there is a Skulltula that you can get on the way. If you jump up on this fence here, it's easier with the long shot, but you can get it with the standard hook shot. And we're just going to get that one real quick. And that's Skulltula 48. So now that we've got that Skulltula, we're going to head into Zora's domain. And once you get to the King Zora, you'll see that he is completely frozen, which is why we needed the blue fire. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand here, and we're going to play Zelda's Lullaby. And that will open Zora's domain. Now, Zora's domain has changed quite a lot since we were last here. Don't be shocked though, but it has changed quite a lot. So if we're going to go in, we're going to see that, yeah, everything is frozen. Zora's domain has been frozen over. I'm just going to side hop up these stairs real quick, just because I can. Cool. And I'm going to attempt to unfreeze the King of the Zoras. So yeah, try not to miss, by the way, because the blue fire was quite expensive. You can get it for free in the ice cavern later, but for now, this is just the way I choose to do it. So then we're going to jump across, and we're going to talk to King Zora. And he tells you that he's come back to life, and he will give you the blue tunic, which allows you to breathe underwater, which is pretty damn cool. And yeah, pretty damn cool. So that's the blue tunic. So what we want to do now is we want to equip the prescription for the eye drops. And we're going to show him. And he says, oh, that's the eye drops. And she's going to tell us to go to Lake Hylia. Yes, absolutely we can. And this, we've just been given the eyeball frog. Great stuff, great stuff. So as of now, we have 3 minutes to make it to Lake Hylia. Fastest way to do this, undoubtedly, is to jump down this frozen waterfall. And you will hurt yourself, but don't worry about that. And what we're going to do is we're going to climb this ladder. Great stuff. And then we are going to go through here. Jump across. And we're going to dive straight through to Kokiri Forest. So, dive down. And this will take you to the Lost Woods. Then what you want to do is just go through any door that will take you to the start of Kokiri Forest. And then we're going to forward roll out of Kokiri Forest. And once you get out of Kokiri Forest, you will have roughly 2 minutes, but it is enough time. So we are going to, well, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move out of this area. About there, that'll do. And then I'm going to play Epona's song. And we're basically just going to head straight for Lake Hylia. Great stuff. So which direction is Epona coming in? There she is there. Our trusty steed. So we're going to climb onto Epona. Cool. And we're off. Great stuff. So we're going to head straight for Lake Hylia. Just follow this path here if you get lost. And hopefully you won't run out of carrots by the time you get to the gates as well. You are a little bit short on time here, guys, but it is possible to make it. So I'm just going to go around this way here. I'm going to jump over this fence. Okay, okay, I messed that up. In that case, we're not going to jump over the fence. It probably was quicker not to anyway. Don't worry about it. Jump over these. And you can see I've still got a minute. Plenty of time. And I don't know why that cutscene comes on again, but never mind. So yeah, here we are. And yeah. So what we can do now is we are going to stop here. I'm going to jump off. And I'm going to go in here. And this is who you give the eyeball frog to. If I can just get close. Is there a target there? There we are. And she hasn't seen the eyeball frog like this since Zora's domain froze over. Cool. And then she will give you the eye drops. Okay, it kind of looks like she's typing at the computer here for some reason. And she's telling you that it won't last long, so you really do have to be quick. Nice, so we got the world's finest eye drops. Okay, so we're now going to have to be quick. You're given 4 minutes in order to make this trip. It is enough time, don't worry about it. Jump on Epona. Now, Epona can be a little bit finicky coming out of here, so just be careful with her. And you shouldn't have too many problems. Yeah, like that. So yeah, she can be a little bit awkward getting out. Don't worry, I still have plenty of time. Yeah, just go around that way. And yeah, we're going to make it to Death Mountain Crater. So keep the carrots and jump over these fences. Try and time how you use your carrots carefully as well. And just make a beeline, the most direct route for Kakariko. You should get there with at least 2 minutes to spare. And it is more than enough time to get there. It's actually not that punishing. In terms of the time that you need, it's really not that bad. I can see why Zora's domain was frozen over, though. They basically prevented you from taking the warp from Lake Hylia. But yeah, it's looking like I'm going to have at least 2.5 minutes left. Which is definitely good timing. So we're going to stop Epona here. I'm going to dismount. And then we're going to make it up to Death Mountain Crater. Forward rolling, like I say, is probably the fastest route here. Great stuff, yeah. So forward rolling or back walking or side hopping, whichever you find quickest, but just don't use standard running because it's just too slow. So I'm just going to side hop up here. And there we are. Cool, so I've got at least 2 minutes left to do this, which is still more than enough time to make it up the crater. Although, I'm not going to lie, I will be a little bit short. It might be about 20 seconds left, something like that. But it is possible to do, so I'm just going to keep forward rolling. As long as you don't get hit by any of the boulders, because the boulders will slow you down. So do be careful about that. Nice, okay. This is looking good. We're looking good on time here. We've got about 1:30 left. Great stuff. And if you use the technique of back walking at the bit where the volcano erupts, then you'll have a much better chance at this. So, about here, turn around, back walk. I think there might be a boulder in my way here, actually. I'm not too sure. Ah, okay, that was fine. So, I have a minute left. Now, it is a little bit close, but don't worry about that. We'll still be able to do it. So, I'm going to kill this guy. A minute's still enough time, so I'm going to kill that guy. Okay, a bit closer. Now, we've got enough time to do this, so don't worry. I'm actually going to climb up now. Because I'm starting to sweat a little bit here on my time, so let's see if we can kill this one. And then this one. Great stuff. And yeah, I thought I would have about 20 seconds left, but it's looking like I'm going to have closer to 10 seconds left, which is a bit of a shame. So I made a few mistakes here, but hopefully it'll show you guys what not to do. And here's the Big Goron. So I'm going to press start here, and I'm going to Z target him and show him the potion. Great stuff. So yeah, I think we had about 15 seconds to spare, and that was with the mistakes I made, so Yeah. And he feels great. But you can see how that would have been nearly impossible without Epona. So, this is the check for the Big Goron sword, but you have to wait 3 days. So what you want to do is just play the Sun Song over and over again until you get a 3-day cycle. So that's night. And that's 1 day. Near enough. There we are. So wait for the Coco and then play the song, a Sun Song again. And that will take you to the second night. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. So again, play the Sun Song. And that will take you to the second day. So again, we're going to play the Sun Song, and I'm not really sure how he's building the sword when he's just stood watching us. So that's the third night, and we're going to do it one more time. Now, after we get the Goron sword, I'm going to leave it here, but I want to get the gold scale, so I'll probably show you guys how to get some more stuff next time, because we're still not up to the forest temple, but there we are. And he made this for me, so I'm going to... Great stuff. And there it is, the Big Goron sword. The whole point of today's video, we finally got it. So, thank you for watching, guys. If you did make it this far, please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Next time, we're going to get the gold scale, some more Skulltulas, and we're going to make it up to, I hope, the entrance to the forest temple. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.